Welcome to another episode of Whose Review Matters Anyway, the podcast where the show notes are made up and the reviews don't matter, just like tax-free sessions. They're sessions now, but they don't matter because they're going to jack up prices anyway, and the taxes don't really factor into it anymore.
I never really understood tax-free weekend.
What's there to understand? It's tax-free. You don't pay taxes.
You don't pay taxes, but yet again, like their prices are still going to go up, like you mentioned. And even before then, it was still almost the same shit.
For what?
I feel like even for like the outlets, the mall, it was just, I don't know. I feel like the like unnecessary thing to rush to the store in tax-free weekend, and everyone is trying to go to the store, and it's just like you're just saving $5.
I thought that
You thought that what?
I thought that was August for back to bullshit.
Well, so this year, what Florida did at least, I don't know about other states, like the governor signed these like 5 or 6 separate deals in where there's tax-free periods of time. Like we just ended, I think, a tax-free 2 week session for like fishing gear or like outdoor recreational gear.
Oh,
Uh, we're about
perfect.
to go into like back to school gear, like supplies and clothes and shit. There's another one for like hurricane, preparedness stuff. So there's all these different tax-free time periods that you can shop throughout the year um, for specific things. But I don't know. I don't ever go to an outlet mall. I don't know why people go to outlets. They're not cheap. They mark the prices as if they were super expensive to begin with, which they're really not, and then they just sell it to you for what it's originally sold for. I never understood why people go to outlets.
Oh.
It all depends on what store you go to.
Oh,
Because, for example, I could actually confirm this. If you go to, I'm just gonna say this fucking store. You guys are gonna judge me, but fuck it. If you guys go to Coach in the mall, right?
Okay.
The prices in the mall are more expensive than the ones at the outlets.
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how much soccer balls are, or whistles, or uh, yeah, I can see that happening.
But yeah, there's certain stores that are cheaper than the mall, but
But I
there's
heard the saying that it's actually the outlet stuff is stuff that's not like 100% right. Little things wrong with certain items that then they go to the outlet. That's why they're cheaper.
Yeah. Uh,
yeah. I think it's just like the things that are in the outlets, they're just like back stock that
Yeah,
don't really sell, and they just go to the outlets and go for a cheaper price. And some of the things, well, of course, there's other stores that are like non-brand stores that are just like open. Like there's only one location of that store, and they mark up the prices so fucking high.
yeah. It's only cheaper compared to the main store, not cheaper in a sense cheap. That's where I think Sal's getting confused.
raising up prices anyway, like movie tickets. According to you guys, I don't know. Ham brought up the fact
Yeah.
raising in price. I did not notice because I just pay whatever at this point. I'm like, it's always going to be expensive.
I mean, Regal now charges fucking children $11
And change.
and change. I go to Cinemark now, where the tickets for children are. I mean, okay, for children. The reason why I'm saying children is because I feel like with child tickets, they should be cheaper, not fucking $11. And the adult tickets are like 15 up to $17 an hour. I mean, not an hour per ticket. And with Cinemark is that each ticket for an adult is $11, but of course, like if you go a matinee, they're $8, and the child's tickets are cheaper from like 5 to 8. And then Mondays they have Senior Day where it's like $5 a ticket. So Regal for some reason is raising up fucking prices.
Hey, 21 bucks a month. That's all.
Yeah, but see, I was gonna ask you, that's only one person, right? So, like for me, family, there's not a family plan for moviegoers, right? It's just one individual. So 21 times 4 is what I would have to pay.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could maybe make it a family plan if you do some weird shit.
I don't. Okay, That's weird. Don't say it like that. Um,
What
Speaking
are
of
you
movies, though, okay,
doing?
That's
so
weird.
before we go on with the festivities, because ladies and gentlemen, we got a 2 minute review coming from Mike and Ham about Black Phone.
Yeah,
Uh,
we got 2 minutes each.
2 minutes total.
Not,
Then we got this. I was gonna say Despicable Me. No, it's Minions: Rise of Gru.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
briefly talk about, and then we'll end it with the big movie of the weekend, which was a Thor and Love and Thunder. But I do want to bring up two things. There's two things I want to bring up. One really positive, one really negative. I'm gonna start with the really positive because we haven't talked about this in a very very long time. But I was thinking about this the other day, not when I was watching Thor, but when I was watching Minions. I don't know about you guys, but it's been feeling really good to go back to the movie theaters and just like be sitting down in the seat, eating popcorn, drinking, like having a nice crowd, like just laughing at random shit. Like, I, no,
Mm-hmm.
anyone feel the same? Maybe I don't
No, no,
know.
no. I 100% agree with you. So far, going to the movie since I would say honestly, after watching Top Gun, from Top Gun till now, it's been really enjoyable to go to the movie theaters, and theaters are getting packed, and the atmosphere just feels really great.
I feel the same. I don't.
Oh, this is why you sit on your couch and stream shit. Ah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
you
mean,
movie theaters to end. You failed. We have come back. Mike, you're on that side anyway. You too. Screw you.
What? No, I didn't choose to be on that side.
not on that side either because I was still paying my Regal. So I don't know what you're talking about. I was watching all the movies. So
Um, the second thing I want to bring up, it's a negative thing because this was when I went to go see Thor: Love and Thunder when I was going to get concessions. I you a PSA for everybody: if you're gonna get concessions, figure out exactly what the hell you're going to get by the time you get to the fucking
old
cash.
rant, old man rant.
It's no, you
You know
know.
what? No, no, no. It's not old man rant. I 100% agree with
There's
Sal.
there's four groups of people ahead of me, and there's one group in front of me. It was like this guy, his buddy, and then one of their like girlfriends. I don't know who belonged to who. It doesn't matter. But they were like talking, chit chatting. They were looking at the menu. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I'm like kind of in a rush to get to my movie. Wasn't that big of a deal. I'm like, all right, fine. They'll probably, they're gonna order whatever. But by the time they get up there, they're looking at like, oh, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want like you had 10 minutes? We were in that line for 10 minutes. You had 10 minutes to figure out what you were going to get, and you didn't bother to finalize it. Like, why are you making decisions now? It's irritating.
Well,
I
you have a if you are going to get concessions, like you were saying, show up early, or B, they should actually implement a order your stuff and they have it on the side already ready for you.
Yes, Cinemark has that. They have an app that you order ahead of time and they put on the side for you. And I agree with Sal because yesterday I saw the movie. The time we're doing this recording on a Monday, I saw the movie. I saw Thor: Love and Thunder on a Sunday.
Me too.
Um, there was a group ahead of us, in front of us, and we were in line for like same amount, like 10 minutes or whatever. And it's just like, what the fuck were you looking at? What the hell were you doing the whole entire time? Just fucking scratching your nutsack or like your asshole while you couldn't look at the menu and decide for like. And I had to me and my wife had to wait like 5 or 10 extra minutes because this person was like, can I get a actually, how big is your medium? Actually, how about this? What about nachos? You want one nacho? Yeah, we want nachos. Yeah. Get this candy. Hey, look around. What other candy do they have? You had fucking time to look for it. You had time. Get your shit together, people.
It's different if like, right, there's no one at the register yet, but then all of a sudden my group and then their group comes up at the exact same time. I let their group go first, and then they're stumbling on the menu, right? Because it's just right then and there. There's no waiting in line. It's just right there at the moment, and then they have to go through the menu and go, okay, do I want this? Do I want that? That's a different scenario than spending 10 minutes in line that you had at least, what, 8 minutes to look at the menu and figure out what you wanted by the time you got to the register. Like those are two complete different situations.
I, I rarely get concessions. I don't care.
I mean, you don't care, but the thing is, like us people, me and Sal, we're like,
America cares.
yeah, at least. But I mean, like we fucking care. Like, of course, we get to the movie theater. Like, I get to my theater early, my showtime early, and like, but still though, like, it shouldn't take that long to get those things.
Well, there's a. I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm fucking around a little bit, but there's a comedian with. He talks about he doesn't like people that go to McDonald's and don't know what they order. I'm like, they've had the same shit since. Like, I can read you off the menu because he's a fatter dude, and he's like, I can read you the menu back and forth with my eyes closed. McDonald's, like, just order your
You know,
shit.
Sal gets a hot dog in the movie theater and a soda.
That was the one time.
Well, nothing's ever changed. They have hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, and soda, candy, and maybe some ice cream. If you're lucky, they got some chicken tenders. But other than that, it's been the
I
same.
judge the
Uh,
people who gets a pizza at the movie theater.
Why?
That's disgusting pizza.
oh yeah, so the popcorn is so gourmet.
Yes, it's better than the fucking pizza.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
know about that, man.
No, it is. Come on, the pizza in the movie theater is like $6 to $8. You could go to fucking Little Caesars for $5 box.
Then sneaking a pizza, motherfucker.
Mike's digging in his hand into his like over buttered, over salted popcorn. Be like, fine dining right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah, fucking. Next time, make some art out of it.
Oh my god. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to our movies. Black Phone is the first one up. I didn't get a chance to see this movie. I was actually going to try to yesterday, but
Boo.
I didn't get around to it. Was busy this weekend with driving to Tampa back and forth, and I was just really tired. So Ham and Mike both saw Black Phone, so they're gonna give their 2 minutes 20-second review
I got my
on
timer.
me. And yeah, you guys go now.
All right, I'll go first, Ham. Okay.
Give me some.
So 1, 2, 3. Okay, my 2 minute timer start right now. So
You already lost.
Okay. So all right, Black Phone. It has Ethan Hawke in it. It has a couple of Jeremy Davis and a couple of young group of kids and everything like that. About there's this guy that is pretty much kidnapping kids and killing them, and he kidnaps this kid, and inside the basement he sees this black phone, and it's broken and all fucked up and everything like that. And then the phone starts ringing, and it's the dead kids trying to contact him and how try to escape from the terror of this. I think they call him the grappler, right?
Grabber, yeah.
The grabber, right? Gotta say, the director left Doctor Strange for this movie because of creative differences or whatever, and this and that. I am kind of happy that he did and he made his own movie. And I gotta say, this movie, in my opinion, for being a horror fan, this is top notch horror for sure. I liked it. It was very suspenseful, very creepy. Ethan Hawke is the fucking man in this movie. He's awesome. Everyone else did a great fucking job. I This is a green card for me for sure. This is a top horror movie of the years right now. I don't know how Nope is going to be, but as of now, this is a good horror film that I feel like everybody needs to watch it. And but I gotta say though, I'm still glad that Sam Raimi directed Doctor Strange, and I'm glad that this guy didn't direct Doctor Strange, and I'm glad that he did this film instead. Go out to watch it. I highly recommend it. It's great. It's fun. It's creepy. It's like suspenseful, and I think the whole entire movie is very satisfying. I was really happy. Ethan Hawke is the fucking man right now. This is his year, and I hope he does something else later on down the line. Woo! That was 2 minutes. I actually finished in 2 sec. I had 2 seconds left.
All right.
All right, Ham. I'm timing you. 1, 2, 3, go.
I do think that this is a sleeper hit. Not sure if it's gonna be big. It is Bloomhouse. Surprised that Mike liked it, considering that was Bloomhouse. I agree. It has some creepy moments, especially when it's filmed like sort of. It is a period piece. I think that in the 70s, and
Mhm.
but he couldn't just call his cell phone, and be like, "Hey, help me." But yeah, especially the scenes that look like it's from the 70s, very creepy. I also would want to say this is a fight back movie because the kid does fight back. I like more of that than just plain dumbass horror movies. So the fight. If you didn't know, the ghost give him gives him pieces of information to survive and help fight against Ethan Hawke's character. So that was cool. Um, cool. The sister was probably the best thing in the movie. I think better than
Agree.
Hawk. Um, anything else? I do recommend it, and I do give it a green card. I think it does have some misses here and there, like the random brother, which I thought was stupid. But other than that, yeah, I recommend it, especially if it's a horror. I don't think it was a super horror-y, but yeah, I said it. But I uh, I do recommend it for people who like the genre.
So
Damn. He
this
had 20 seconds left. Good job, him.
saying this movie takes place before the T-Mobile Sprint merger.
Yes, before that. Way before that. I think even before
Singular?
Nextel.
Do they have Singular?
You know, I
Do you
fucking
still
hate you.
remember Singular, little orange guy?
Got too young for.
Yeah, I remember him.
Oh yeah,
Um,
like,
I don't know. Maybe I'll venture out. Is it gonna hit streaming? I kind of do want to watch it now, but
It
like,
is going to hit streaming, I believe so, but later on down the line, probably maybe HBO or maybe even Pair. I'm not too sure who made it.
also, I'm definitely sure it's gonna be Shutter.
Yeah, for sure. Shutter.
oh,
Never mind. Yeah, Shutter for sure. Sometimes but sometimes it might be on Netflix or even on HBO Max because Bloomhouse made Conjuring and uh and it's on HBO.
Oh, that's true, I guess.
So
alright.
it'll definitely be on a streaming service. Real quick question. I mean, real quick take on my side. 10 seconds. Stranger Things, season 4. Green card, phenomenal. And I've been watching a show called The Bear on Hulu. Great show. Green card. Watch it. I'm done.
That's pulling a ham.
Yeah. I'm pulling out a ham. Hey, Hulu's getting their shit together. They're actually releasing some good shows.
Well, on the opposite topic of good shows, let's go ahead and talk about the next movie on our list, which is Minions: The Rise of Gru. Which I guess we'll talk about this because we all three of us said that we were gonna watch it. We all did watch it. There was nothing else that weekend, I think, that was
Mm-hmm.
really like that was new. And it's doing very well in the box office,
Yes, yes.
kind of sort of. So I think they keep comparing it to oh crap, what was that last movie that we just saw that oh my gosh, what came out before Minions? They keep comparing it to it.
Bad guys?
About
No, it wasn't animated. It was like it did better than
Jurassic World, is it? Or Lightyear?
Lightyear. That's right. Yeah. Okay, it
like,
wasn't. But they.
come on.
All right. So Minions: Rise of Gru is a sequel to Minions, which whatever year that came out. It doesn't pick up. Maybe it doesn't pick up like directly right after the first Minions movie. Maybe like I don't know, a few months or maybe a year after the fact.
Uh,
I'm not gonna read the
no,
synopsis. The synopsis is way too long, but basically the subtitle gives it away. It's about how Gru becomes, I guess, the way that he is, the way that we see him in the Despicable Me movies. So if we go through the stats, IMDb gives it a 7 out of 10.
ooh,
Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 72%.
okay.
Okay.
Out of nowhere, Mr. Fandango comes in,
Oh shit, not him again.
says, says 90% of his peeps like that movie.
Oh, how many?
90, nine
Oh,
zero.
oh
Oh
wow.
wow, 90. Okay.
I mean, maybe they work for Mr. Fandango. And then finally, Ham. I have no joke for this one, so we're just gonna go straight to it.
Oh,
Ham's people, 94% of Google users like this movie.
that's right. Right.
Percent.
94%.
94. Okay, okay, okay.
All right, so we'll go around giving cards and then backtracking to our likes and dislikes for the movie, starting with Mike. What card are you going to give Minions?
Green card.
Wow, that's actually surprising. Ham,
Well,
Oh, I'm a huge Minions fan.
right.
really? Huh.
Yeah.
You know what card I have to give it, right?
Oh, a yellow. Just
Don't
like the Minions.
no, do it. Don't
Exactly.
do it.
I'm giving it a yellow.
Oh my gosh, a yellow.
Maybe a
Fine.
maybe a green. I don't know. I don't know.
Really, a green?
It's a yellow or a green. It's definitely not a red.
I cannot justify a green for this one. Um, I don't even think it's even bad. I'm just gonna go with a yellow because it's so so. So for me, uh, this one I don't think was better than the first Minions. Um,
No, it
I
was better.
No, because this movie literally was just random shit thrown in a pot and be like, here's a movie for you. Because think about it. The one thing that really stuck out to me, it was funny when it was happening. And spoilers, people, by the way. Spoilers, spoilers,
Well,
spoilers.
Spoilers, spoilers,
We're gonna
spoilers.
spoil anyway.
spoilers.
But the thing that really stuck out to me was like, why are we going through this? Even though I laughed at it, was the whole training montage where
Oh
they
yeah.
were like, learning martial arts. I'm like, what? Where is this gonna factor in? Why is it even happening? And
'Cause
they don't even use it. They like use it for like what? Like a 2 minute fight scene and that's it. It was just like the most absurd thing that was like, yeah, you probably could have thought of a better way to go about this, but all right, whatever. Everyone's changing into animals at the end of the movie. I
Hey,
don't know. It just
guys, my man.
a lot of the stuff was just I don't I liked how Gru kind of was, saying a lot of his old lines. Like you're like, oh, I remember that from Despicable. I remember that from Despicable Me too. Oh, there's the doctor. That's how we get the doctor. Like it was kind of nice just to see like these callbacks, like the formation of it. But I don't know. It just wasn't as funny, I think, as Minions. I really do like Despicable Me 1 and 2. There was only two, right? Was there a third
No,
one?
there was a third one. Yeah,
Yes.
What was the third
the
one?
third one was with his brother.
Yeah. The one with the hair.
One was okay. I like the first two. The first two were good, I think. And I really thought they were kind of over exploiting the Minions a bit in Despicable Me 3 and in Minions, the first Minions movie. But at least the first Minions movie, you knew kind of what you were getting. It's just like the what else are you gonna do with these guys? Like they're just gonna do random stupid shit, and it's gonna be funny because they don't make any sense when they talk. But here, it's like they were trying to kind of be somewhat of a serious story because it is Gru that we're talking about, but it doesn't land well with me. I don't know. It was just okay. I didn't laugh as much as my kids did. There was only like a few chuckles here and there. I personally prefer the first Minions over this one. Take it away, whoever wants to go next.
Ham, you want to go second?
I'll go real quick. Of course, I'm gonna use my card, secret card that I always use. Right, it's my trap card has been activated. It is a kids movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I think like I will really just give it a yellow. I do think there is some misses. They did try to put in a lot of stuff with so AK set in the 70s. B and also Chinatown martial arts themed with the Chinese zodiac, the all of that, which is just they just want to sell more merchandise and try to find different ways they can sell different minions, especially them introducing the Otto, the bigger minion that no one likes. That talked a lot, I guess. Hmm.
That whole time,
Um,
watch Jackie Chan Adventures.
but also exactly that was better. No, the reason why I just real quick, in the first Minions, they because I had to rewatch it a little bit. They go to Antarctica or somewhere where it's frozen, and there's a theory that they did that so they wouldn't follow the most evil person during maybe the 20s and 30s and the 40s. So that's why they went away and we're not serving Hitler.
That's fair.
Minions could have been
Quite the
yeah.
theory. Okay.
Okay.
This one there's just a lot of things out of place. I mean, one of the minions just rides along with the motorcycle guy.
That doesn't make any sense either. Like of course, a lot of the stuff doesn't make sense, but like, at least have somewhat of a purpose for it, rather than oh, it was just convenient for us to write it this way, so that way he can end up from here to here.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, he gets on his tricycle and tries to stupid. Yeah, and then just it was a lot of things happening that shouldn't have. and it could have been a better story. But like I said, as a kid, I'm sticking with my yellow. Um, just like I gave it for the red. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't know what else to say. Go watch it if there's nothing else out. There isn't. So
Okay. Gotcha. My turn. um, I'm still gonna stick with my green card. I think this movie, it's just stupid fun. I honestly, I don't have any complaints about it. It's just random shit. Just like every other Despicable Me movie, how all the minions they do dumb shit. That's their main thing. It's just dumb shit. And Minions, it was the same thing. I liked the Minions. I thought it was a funny movie. I think this movie is a bit better than the other Minions movie, of course. I don't know, I had so much fun watching this movie. It was just stupid. I shut off my brain. It's one of those movies where you just could just sit back and just watch stupid shit. And of course, like, Ham wants to use his trap card. It's a kids movie. Yeah, it's a kids movie, but I feel like it's appropriate for everybody. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, I actually saw this movie with my wife and my mom, and my mom was like dying laughing, and it's just stupid, like, and it was just fun to watch. And I like the karate montage. I do like the whole connection with Gru. And was it Iron, is it, what was the guy's name, like, Spiky Knuckles or whatever.
Knuckles, yeah.
Yeah, I like their whole entire, like, connection that they had. I like the villains that were in this movie trying to get this necklace to get power and everything like that. What was their end game? I have no idea. Maybe that's a flaw in the movie, but I just liked everything that I just liked it. I just liked the whole entire movie. I thought it was great. I thought it was funny. Um, no complaints from me. I think it's a laid back movie, and I'll I could watch this movie without even thinking of anything.
Also,
Peacefully.
the rise of Gru. He was kidnapped the half of the movie.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was kidnapped. Yeah, he was kidnapped half of the movie, but then later on, he wasn't kidnapped. I guess if they make another movie, they're going to show of how he learned his villainness
Oh, this
from.
oh, the rise of Gru. This should be the movie that he learns his
yeah,
villainous ways.
agree with Ham. That's kind of I thought that was kind of the whole point of this movie, and they kind of like they. I don't think they did a good job at it, saying because he was like he was working with his role model, but
Yeah.
not for that long of a movie to really learn anything from him, and it kind of seemed like they fast forwarded. So to kind of go back on like Mike's what he was talking about the movie, how you can kind of turn off your brain and have fun. I would completely agree with that whole sentiment if Gru wasn't in this movie. Because if you look at Despicable Me 1, 2, and even 3, there was always like some sort of heartfelt message because Gru is like a very complicated character. And
Yes.
like there's always like some something heartwarming, something charming about the movies that made you go like, oh man, like I didn't even think about it that way, or like, oh, that's good for the character. Like it had kind of like a happy ending kind of I guess
Yeah.
consistency to it. But with Minions, like yeah, they're stupid, dumb characters. And if the first mini movies, yeah, you could definitely turn off your brain and have fun and just watch the stupid shit that they do. And that's why I kind of had problems with this one, where it's like, okay, Gru, I want to see, the Gru that we kind of seen from Despicable Me, but it seemed like it was mostly just a Minions movie. And I don't know, for me, it wasn't focused enough because if you just wanted to do stupid, dumb shit, then just leave out Gru. Like, don't even do Gru yet, and just focus on the minions. Like, do another story with them.
Yeah, I mean it is called Minions, but this is almost like calling the second Spider-Man with Tom Holland the Rise of Spider-Man. As the third one should be called the Rise of Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's
Sure.
almost minions like kind of trying to prove their worth to Gru.
Yes. Correct. This should be the Rise of Minions. Shit.
Yeah, that actually would have been better. Rise of the Minions.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I disagree with both of you guys. I don't see it that way. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into, and I felt like they actually played off the whole group part actually pretty good.
Well, you know what? You can shove your mouth gourmet popcorn for all I care.
Hey man, I'm all about the art, and this movie has a lot of art. Okay.
we'll agree to disagree, but I'm still sticking to my yellow. Like I said, it's not terrible. I don't think it's good, but it is just kind of you will have some laughs in this movie. There are some
Yeah.
good laughs in this movie. So
Did your kids had fun?
um,
No, and
they enjoy the movie.
And then your review don't matter. Fuck you.
oh, so you mean because it was a kids movie they liked it? Got it. All right.
Exactly right. I care about the review. All right.
So Mike confirms that he's just a child.
A little bit, yeah.
No, he just confirmed it's easy for him to turn his brain off.
So
Of course, man.
I'm sticking
Coming from a guy who doesn't remember who gave Candy a red card and then I don't know where a green card.
Candy. You mean Cherry?
Is it Candy? Oh, I forgot.
You thought the-
All right, yellow for me. Mike sticking to a green. Ham. I'm assuming
Uh,
yellow.
I believe he's giving a yellow. I believe his yellow.
Yellow.
The positive stuff about it. So there you go. I would three recommendations up across the board though. I would still say go ahead and check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Big topic. Here we go. Big movie. This is it. The one that everyone's been waiting for except for me because I thought Thor Ragnarok was a piece of shit.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see, guys. Let's see what he does. Let's see if
Thor Love and Thunder. The final phase 4 MCU movie. I did not realize until everyone
he's four.
on the internet about it.
Wait, I thought Wakanda was supposed to come out. Wakanda Forever?
Apparently this was the final phase 4 movie. That's what all these polls and everything out there are saying.
Wait. Is Wakanda Forever actually called Forever? Wakanda Forever?
Yeah.
Okay, so Thor has a 4 in it, and Wakanda has a 4 for it. Nah, it's still in the same phase 4.
Since
4
we're,
for 4.
since we're speaking with numbers though, why the hell does Thor get 4 movies?
Because he didn't die or got old.
Because I don't know, Chris Hemsworth is hot.
They
Maybe.
hit your demographic, I guess.
I mean, it makes sense though. I like
Iron Man
did,
gets 3 solo movies. Captain America gets 2.5 solo movies. But Thor gets 4 and possibly a 5th, depending on how you want to interpret the ending there. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, why? Why Thor of like all people? Like,
Maybe. Who knows?
you broke up on that one, Ham. Say it again.
I said maybe he had a longer contract, and maybe they weren't paying him as much as maybe Chris Evans or, you Iron Man guy. I'm already forgetting him.
He played
yeah,
basically.
I think if I think Robert Downey Jr. already knew that his like when his contract or when his role was about to be done. I think with Chris Evans, I felt like they were trying to make him continue on, but he was like, "No, I'm good. This is my last one." And then Chris Evans was like, "Hell yeah, brother, I'll do it."
I like
That's
that.
my Australian accent, by the way.
Oh, that was Australia. I thought you were doing Hulk Hogan.
Well, I think he's actually doing a Hulk Hogan movie too. That he's Hulk Hogan.
Wow. Okay, I'm better than I thought. All
So
right.
before we go into this, before we read the stats and all that, Thor Ragnarok, we already know how much I hate that movie. You guys love
I give it a.
so
Did I give it a green? I think I gave it a green or a yellow.
And he could have given a Becky card if he knew what a Becky card was back then.
true, I would have, yeah.
Yeah, I think I gave it a green. I think it's a green for me.
Liked it, so I wouldn't have given it rail. Yeah. Probably a yellow or a green.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Rotten Tomatoes gives Thor Love and Thunder a 67%.
67. Hey, successful.
Gives it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Now, Ham got really jacked up for this movie. He hard just to look like Thor, just so that he can have his hammer not filled with popcorn, but filled with alcohol. So when he throws it up, it just sprayed alcohol all over to his guests, which is probably why only 82% of his people like this movie.
Oh no.
Ooh, okay.
Probably some bad alcohol.
Synopsis is short. Thor embarks on a journey unlike anything he's ever faced, a quest for inner peace. However, his journey gets interrupted by Gore the God Butcher, a galactic killer who seeks the extinction of the gods. Chris Hemsworth, we knew Natalie Portman was coming back to this. Christian Bale is playing Gore the villain. Taika Waititi coming back as Korg. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. And of course, I mean, spoilers, people. If there needs to be spoilers, but there's spoilers. You of course got the Luke Hemsworth and Matt Damon coming back as like their actor counterparts in the movie.
Favorite actress?
They're acting out the play of the fucking movies or whatever because they
Yeah,
were.
Matt Damon.
No, I'm saying Mike's favorite actress, Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, she's in this movie too.
I, okay. Um. So here we go. This is it. Whether we hate it or love it, Mike, what card are you going to give Thor: Love and Thunder?
I am in between a gold card or a green card.
I
But you already
somewhere in between.
I have like 5 gold cards. I think I'm gonna use this one. And no, I'm joking. I think I'm honestly between a red or a yellow. I think I don't think it's worse than Dark World. It's close to it.
God. Every time you talk, I just want to punch you in the face.
It's close to it. It's somewhat. There's. I'm gonna give it a yellow,
Okay.
but it is very close to a red that you might convince me down. Probably. Right now, I'm giving it a not convincing yellow, where it might go down to a red.
Ham.
Green.
Yep. I figured that was going to be the case. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say green.
Okay.
I definitely like this movie way better than Ragnarok.
What the fuck? I'm done.
Like you don't know what you're doing. Um,
Oh,
I'm gonna settle for a yellow, although I may talk myself into a red. I don't know for sure, but we'll see where this conversation goes. I'm gonna say two things right off the bat before I kind of think about other stuff. But the first thing I want to point out, the best thing in this entire movie was Christian Bale as Gord the God Butcher. That by
yeah,
far stands out more than any other actor, and he's not even in it as much as I would have liked him to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Um, his scene that he has with the children,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was good. Just like his voice, the way he was like his positioning, like just
Yeah.
every I was like, I want to see more of this throughout the film. Like I want Gore to be like a reoccurring villain if we can, because Christian Bale like really outdoes it with this one. Because I just everybody else was just subpar compared to him in this movie. Number two, because social media is a thing, for anyone that says that this movie overdoes it with the comedy, were you drunk watching Ragnarok? Because that entire movie was just a fucking joke to begin with. So I like that this movie actually had more serious takes, or maybe it was just Christian Bale that really just like shined it for me. But I felt like this one had some more like actual serious tones to it, especially with Natalie Portman and the fact that they actually addressed the cancer bit, although they didn't address it the way I would have liked it to be, but they at least, made her look really sick as we got towards the end. Like it was just like everything was just more dramatic, but like in a positive way where it's like, okay, I can care about this movie. I can care about the characters here and there. So those are the two biggest highlights for me for this movie, which is why I enjoyed this way better than Ragnarok. Another highlight, or at least another positive, is that I the like the consistent like comedy in this. I don't think it was overdone. I had
Huh.
to keep convincing myself that this is just Korg's interpretation of the stories, because
Um.
he starts off narrating it and then he continues to narrate it at certain parts, and I'm like, oh, because if you think about it, like Chris Pratt, like when you see Star Lord, the way he's talking is just like really weird and
It
off.
was, right? Do you think it was because of that?
But I think it's because they're telling the movie through Korg's point of view, and
Uh,
I what made it more enjoyable for me. It was like, okay, we're just kind of looking through this lens, and then he's not the brightest tool in the shed, so it makes sense for him to see it this way, which is why we have the stupid screaming goats. They weren't actually screaming like that to begin with. It's just Korg's interpretation of it. Um, what else is good? The fight scenes were, I think, better in this movie than Ragnarok was. I think Natalie Portman does really great portraying Jason Aaron's run of the Mighty Thor. The way that she was written in the comics to where she is now. What else is good? Just I, I, well, actually, I'm gonna resort now to my one, well, not my one con, but a big con for me was like the whole kids thing at the end of it, where everybody, I was like, did we seen this too many times? I feel like at this point, like I know they did it as Shazam, right? Everyone's got the powers of Shazam. I feel like there's another movie we
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely agreed on that.
all right, we're doing the kids now. Really? Why? Because we got to have like this positive light of, oh, we're still a Disney movie, yet you're going to allow your people to say orgy in the movie, and you're not going to think, oh, the parents are going to get questioned about that. But it's okay because we're going to end the movie with kids and superpowers. It's like, I don't know if that's really their best route to take, but okay, whatever. Um, yeah, I feel like there's definitely a lot of stuff that was edited very weird because I didn't like that we had Jane all of a sudden become Thor when like we got a good introduction. I feel like where we found out she had cancer, and it was just kind of weird that we kind of fast tracked like, oh, okay, and the hammer is calling to her, and then the next second we're at a new Asgard and she's at the hammer, and then the next time we see her
Yes.
she's Thor for God knows how long, because she's also got like this friendship going on with Valkyrie. And I'm like, okay, like I love the chemistry between the actors, and that's what sold it for me. But I just felt like the in between stuff was just so jarring. It's like you're making me accept too many things, and I don't like just
Pretty bad.
accept for just accepting things. I want reason and purpose for it. I could probably go on a couple more times, but I think I feel very confident with my yellow. I do think this is way better than Ragnarok. So whoever wants to go next.
I shall. The only reason why I'm giving it a green because I think the main theme is throughout and consistent in the movie. It is about kids. It's about kids. His whatever. I had a problem with all of them sounding similar names: Thor, Korg, and who? God Butcher. What's his name?
Gore,
Yeah, Gore, Bor, and Thor. And I'm like, and the other
Huey,
Thor
Louie, and Dewey.
like that for some reason, but whatever. Um, Yeah, the theme is kids. His kid died. He's gonna kill the gods. Thor thought about having kids. They have to rescue kids. The theme is consistent and it's there and it's um what sort of the whole movie's about, and family, kids and family basically. And what you will do for them and blah 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 blah. I do think that some parts of the movie did drag a little bit for me, just a few things here and there. Yes, a lot of the stuff you have to accept is really fast and really quick, and you're just gonna be like, okay, 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 I guess. So there is some stuff that I'm like, would maybe drop it to yellow, but I mean, most of the stuff I feel like worked in a sense. And you talking about how you think it's uh whatever his representation of the events, I could see a little bit because some stuff was just weird and I'm like, I don't feel like these characters would act that way, but also it's Taika Waititi telling the story, aka the director, so a little meta. um I don't know. Yes, I do agree with Sal that there should have been a lot more God Butcher stuff. I think you could taken out a few things here and there and added that and it would have been a better movie. um Valkyrie was there, cool. What's her name was there for a little bit. I was wondering if they could get back to her because I'm like, all right, did she die? She has one arm. What was going on there? And then she starts right at the end. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. Um,
Oh, Sif.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I first started realizing like maybe this was Korg's interpretation because she acted really weird. And if you look back on Thor: Dark World, when the last time we saw her, she was not like nothing like that at all. So I was like, okay, maybe this has got to be like a weird like
In
view.
that one, or was she not in the second one?
She was in the second one. She wasn't in Ragnarok though.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So yeah, I do think even Jane was acting kind of weird. I'm like, even though like relationship between her and him, like meeting, and it just was weird. I don't know, it was weird because they were broken up and it's an ex, but it was like the acting was just a little off, and maybe that's why, because it was his interpretation. But yeah, I don't know. Um, the gods thing was like in Mount Olympus wasn't a whatever, but I guess they're setting it up for something
Yeah.
else.
What the post credit scene later?
But yeah, I feel like it was heartwarming. There was some cries I heard in the theater, and there was some allergies and stuff. So yeah. um, I still think it wasn't bad at all. I think I do like this better than Dark World. I don't know how I would compare this to Ragnarok. Um, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, Mike, go ahead.
Um,
Okay.
so I gotta say, Sal's review is completely 100% wrong. Honestly, I don't know how you think.
Wrong, 100%, man.
It's 100%. I don't know how you think Ragnarok is shit compared to this movie. Um, so I'm just gonna start out with my with,
Sitting here,
then I'll work towards my
right?
negatives. Um, my number one positive for sure is Christian Bale. I loved every second of him of in the movie. I wish he had a longer scenes, and I wish we had more time with him. I like creepiness stuff, and I thought that was great what they did with his character. But of course, like I think he only showed up in the movie like 5 times, and each of those scenes were like only like 2 minutes, 2 minute long, and even like the important parts wasn't even enough at all. Some of the characters are, are the same characters as there are different, like these guys mentioned, but I think you guys are just fucking reaching way too much, honestly, thinking that this is the Rock guy's name.
Korg's interpretation. How is that reaching though? Because he
That's
literally starts the
reaching because they
movie.
don't mention that at the whole entire time in the movie. Yeah, he's telling a story to these kids, but the whole entire movie, you do not get the sense of him. Like he's completely telling the whole entire story, and we're watching his point of view at all. Like that's, in my opinion, that's just no. The movie doesn't get credit at all for that or anything. If anything, it loses credit for that, for me at least. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. Like the movie is fun in certain parts and somewhat, and there are some funny moments. But this is my negative part coming in. You saying that people who think that are complaining that they put way too much comedy is and you self think that they put way too much in Ragnarok. I think that's completely wrong. I think in Ragnarok there was a balance of seriousness, good story, and comedy. And in this one, it was just like, no, you know what? Fuck the story. Let's just keep on running with the same exact joke over and over and over and over again from beginning to end. And that's the movie of Thor. I don't know. I didn't get the sense of any type of danger. I didn't get the sense of
Even when the kids are being threatened by Gore in the cage, that wasn't a sense of danger to you.
I don't think he was going to kill them. I think he was just bringing out Thor to them.
Sure, we eventually got to that part, but think about how the children perspective of that is. They ain't fucking gonna go to sleep anytime soon, no matter how many damn nightlights you put up. Like
I
that
mean, I
motherfucker was
think no,
like
I
scared
think they're
as
going to
hell.
be fine. I think they're going to be fine. I don't think he was going to kill any children whatsoever. He is the God Butcher. He has not killed any children except for just gods. So I didn't sense any of that whatsoever. Um, this is my list. I'm going off track. Okay, the pacing was off for me. It was all over the place. I felt like they were trying to do a lot of things all at once, but didn't really put it all together. Um, like I said, I think the comedy was just it was annoying. I know talking about TD is like he person and everything, but I feel like he just it was just kept on with the same running joke, and it was just like okay at some point I was just already getting annoyed. You know, like the goats at first they were funny in the beginning, but they kept on fucking screaming and screaming and screaming and screaming. And I understand they're screaming goats, but it's just like, okay, enough already. And then when they landed on the moon, I thought that was pretty funny. But then, like, enough already. Russell Crowe, I think, in this movie was okay. I don't know. I felt like it was just to bring a famous person to play as Zeus and to bring more attention from other crowds and somewhat. Um, what was another thing? I wrote notes and I fucking don't have them in front of me. Um, what's another thing? I said pacing, the jokes, uh, the connection between each character was okay. The fighting, you say the fighting is better in this one than Ragnarok. I completely disagree with you.
Even when
Um,
the Shadow Realm, like that whole sequence when they're fighting the Shadow monsters,
but
you didn't
that's just one
see
sequence
what
compared to Ragnarok. The whole entire movie was good fighting.
what fighting was there in Ragnarok.
The fighting of the sister, the fighting of the sister
You
with
mean
Hulk.
held her hand out and said, "Okay, this is blown up, done." Like
Oh
what?
my god, don't give me
No,
that. I'm talking
I
about
the
him
three
fighting with the sister and towards the end, him fighting with Hulk, that was a good fight. Hulk fighting the wolf thing, that was pretty entertaining. And everybody else like battle grown people battling grown soldiers. This right here in the end, we got this ridiculous sequence of fucking children having Thor's power or Zeus's power because he gave them Zeus's like lightning bolt thing, and they're all killing like all these shadow people, these shadow monsters where you don't really see them. Like I don't know, they're weird. Like they're just like you just see like of course they're called shadows, but they have some form of monsters, but you cannot give me a description of how they really are.
shadow
And
monster.
just shadow monsters. But it's just like whatever. And I mean of course like towards the end of like Thor and Gore, like I like there were some good parts around there towards the end, but the only good thing, the two good fighting scenes are just the moon part and literally the last part of fighting Gore, and that's it.
Part.
The ending,
No, the beginning.
beginning, I don't know. It was okay. I don't know. He did a split and destroyed the fucking ships,
Yeah, man,
and
he did
then
the up and down.
I don't know. I don't know. I to me this movie, I'm gonna stick with my yellow. Actually, no, I can't even
I
convince
was
you.
gonna say you haven't really. You shed more negative than positive with the movie.
That's so true. Yeah, I want to say if I'm critiquing, titty. If I criticize Ham for like not believing his true colors, I got to do. I'm gonna give it a red, guys. I can't.
Pulling a ham all this episode.
There's some fun parts of the movie, but I just don't. I can't bring myself to convince you like, oh yeah, the movie's worth it, go watch it and this and that. Sure, it's a Marvel movie and stuff like that, but I just feel like it's just lately I just feel like Marvel has no sense of direction of what's going on right now. And I think they're just hoping for phase 5 to come sooner, and I think that's I don't know. I just I did not enjoy it as much as I did with Ragnarok. And I will honestly say like the first Thor movie is better than this one. And Thor is such an idiot, man. And you guys say because of, it's a storytelling from somebody else, but come on.
Whoa, hold on! Don't even say that if you're gonna say Thor Ragnarok was good, because that's when he was treated as a piece of shit. You go back to Thor Ragnarok,
No,
he was
he was
really
more
played out
serious
bit.
in that
No,
one.
you are so
Yes.
full of shit.
No, you're
Freaking
so
God,
full of shit. No, you're gonna tell me that in Thor Ragnarok, like you're gonna say that he was an idiot the whole entire movie.
he made an anal joke about some fucking wormhole opening up. They couldn't give him 2 minutes of grief of his dad dying without going into a joke. Like literally every 5 minutes was a fucking joke in that movie.
No, he had grief in that movie.
I had grief in that movie. Jesus Christ.
I'm having grief right now with your review.
Damn,
I
my
don't know.
dude.
Like I don't know. I think Thor Ragnarok is the best Thor movie. I don't think this movie is better than that. I think this movie honestly falls short. I don't know. I was just annoyed of this movie, and I'm disappointed.
All right, that's
Maybe the way that I feel is the way that you felt with Thor Ragnarok.
probably times 10, I would say at least. Though I
I
really
don't
hate
know.
Ragnarok. It's still my least favorite MCU movie out of every MCU movie that's ever been made, and I'm even willing to throw in Elektra, a non-MCU movie, into that
Whoa,
fact.
whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Okay, I think you're going too far now. Calm down.
All right, so we just did a traffic light then, right? Because green, I'm a yellow, and Mike's a red somewhere out there in the world.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm a Reddit. I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know, man. I don't, Ham, how do you give this a green? Because it's a comedy.
I think the theme actually was true the entire movie.
I think the love theme, because for you say kids, I think it's just the search for love, and love is as a fulfilling fulfilling thing in your life. I think was the most consistent thing in the entire movie.
Which love
Oh,
and family leads to kids, and kids lead to no money.
oh, wow. And also too, the girl in the end, Gore's daughter, is actually Chris Hemsworth's real daughter.
Yeah. So okay, so I would say still I think despite whether good or bad, positives, negatives, whatever, there's still some fun moments to have in this one. I mean, there's some tidbits from Ragnarok that you will probably enjoy, probably not all the way throughout the movie, but maybe to start off with. And I think like some of the cinematography in this movie, I think was also fairly well done. So I think there's still some enjoyment out of it, whether you
Yeah.
Thor, and don't even listen to Mike. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. All right, so uh,
I don't recommend it.
let's go ahead and wrap up the loose ends here, though. So he has a daughter, an adopted daughter. Is that really going to go anywhere in this movie? Do we really think we're going to see another Thor movie addressing that, or we're just going to see another movie on the daughter, and Thor is just going to play more of a cameo?
To be honest with you, I have no idea. I don't know. I when I say I don't know. I don't know the direction of what Phase Four is going or what they did. All I know is that WandaVision connects with Doctor Strange. That's the first movie. Well, actually, I cannot say the first movie because Spider Man hit the whole entire thing of the multiverse. But I feel like Doctor Strange did a serious multiverse movie, and Shang Chi, in my opinion, is maybe one of the best Phase Four movies. And Doctor Strange, WandaVision, Shang-Chi, and Loki, those four, in my opinion, took seriously of the story going forward. And I feel like everything else was just random stuff that's
Yeah,
going on right now.
thoughts on the daughter?
Nope.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. I don't know, I because that's an original character apparently. Like that's not a comic based character. That is a brand new character that was created in the MCU. So I feel like Phase Four, what it suffers from is a lack of an Avengers type movie. Because
Agreed.
in Phase One, even though it took so many years to get to Avengers, at least they knew kind of that was the direction they had, and they had a little hint to everything that gave us that movie. But this one, I felt like, and they did say it. They did say it going into Phase Four that they wanted to bring out a lot of diversity and representation, and I feel like they did a really good job at that because we did reach a quite a strange cast of characters. But I think that's all this phase was here's your platform of new people that's going to lead you into this next saga, and it doesn't have like that overall like, okay, let's get the band together and conquer down our own Chitari army or whatever. It just doesn't have that, and I think that's what's probably missing for a lot of people going into this. It's like, where is Phase 4 going? Even though they may have hinted in
Then
Shang-Chi,
just back
they may,
together.
they may have hinted in Loki, but it's not consistent yet because I don't unless I didn't hear him right. Mike, I don't think you mentioned Falcon and the Winter Soldier or Hawkeye. It's like, how do you factor those in into the whole multiverse realm, into the Shang-Chi like world? Like it's again, there's no cohesiveness to it, and I think that's what's really throwing people off.
I think so as well.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, post credit scenes. The first one, just straight to the point. We get introduced to Hercules. Very strange that we got that character. I would assume that that would be another Thor movie, Thor versus Hercules. But I'm under the impression that there shouldn't be another Thor movie. That we're just gonna have it maybe just based on the daughter. That's irrelevant to the point. Hercules, thoughts and on this character?
Random.
Very much so. I mean, that describes his whole phase.
Yeah, just random. I, I mean, I don't want to say it's late to bring him in this type of phase of whatever's coming up, but I just feel like it's Thor doesn't have any other villains.
Uh,
Um, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either.
I
I
don't
know.
know.
Can't wait to see Thor battle Xena, so that'll be cool.
I just my first thought was he's not as muscular as I remember from the comics.
Uh, yeah, probably. Maybe we'll see him
I
grow.
think that's the guy from the one who's playing him is the guy from Ted Lasso.
Yep, I
Yes.
said it before
Yep.
you.
Yeah, yeah. So I think later on he's gonna get a lot more buffer, but of course, like it looked weird. Like he has to have a different costume. Like
Oh,
this man is like half naked.
which brings up, I mean, to add on to Mike's list of negative things about this movie, which I could possibly agree on here. CGI in this movie not as strong and consistent as previous phases of the movie, like previous Marvel movies. I'll just say it at that.
Yes, I agree with you. Like the CGI was very weird in this one for sure.
There were a lot of parts that it just seemed like it was lazy, and I don't know for what purpose of budget constraints or they just thought we wouldn't notice. I don't know. Ham, did you notice anything CGI wise?
I noticed a little, but I mean, it was throughout the film. It wasn't like one scene that was like jarring. It was like a little underwhelming throughout the film. It wasn't. Yeah, I do like the black and white scene though with them flirting. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that is the best part of the movie.
I'm trying to think. What was the movie before this one? Doctor Strange was
Yes,
strong
Doctor.
CGI.
Yeah, the Strange was the last one.
Yeah,
One of
but I'm saying like that
this
strong,
Marvel.
at least definitely compared to Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm just kind of hoping like it. This is not like a sign of like we're gonna kind of see less quality out of Marvel movies when it comes to the visuals because the She-Hulk trailer, which I don't know if we ever actually had a full conversation on this podcast about this first She-Hulk trailer, I thought looked pretty bad for that character, uh,
Mm,
and I don't know. That's another topic for another day.
yeah.
Last post credit scene that we got, uh, Natalie Portman's character Jane Foster is in Valhalla, and a lot of people seem to be mixed on it. Do you guys know the significance behind it? Because there is a comic significance behind it.
I do know some of the story where I know she becomes the new Valkyrie.
Yeah, I mean, there's two things to look into this. Number one, Valhalla only brings in people that died in battle because that's what Thor explains in the movie. Like you have to die in battle, and to be granted permission here. Like they kind of seem you worthy to enter Valhalla. And she did fight cancer, and so you can kind of take that as an homage to like cancer patients, like
Hmm.
surviving it and whatnot. And yeah, eventually it does grant her the opportunity to become Valkyrie, which she does become in the comics. So we could be seeing Natalie Portman sometime later down the line in the MCU as Valkyrie.
But what's the point of killing her off then if she's gonna
Uh,
come back?
that's like the multi-million-dollar question in every comic book and comic book movie. Like there is no point. Like
There's no point. Gotcha.
I mean, you're gonna have a character die off, and they're gonna come back in some shape or form.
I'm just waiting for maybe like when they actually do like the multiverse of crisis or whatever, like when everything's about to go down, and then Robert Downey Jr. comes back.
Well, I know the multi-million dollar question, and it's of dollars. That's the answer.
More dollars.
Yes, they.
Got you.
Got but I thought it was a decent post credit scene. I didn't.
No, yeah, I thought, and then I liked that this guy came back.
Oh yeah, Heimdall. We got Heimdall back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about how Heimdall's son was in this whole thing. But yeah, it was nice to see Heimdall again. I mean, I think they brought back, or at least mention. I'm gonna say that they mentioned like every character that has been in a Thor movie, and they brought back most of the people that they could. And the characters that stick out to me the most that they did not bring back, but they mentioned, were the Warriors 3.
Oh yeah, like the first movie, first and second.
Second movie, yeah, because well, no, third movie too, because they died in Ragnarok, like at the beginning, and then that was it. Like, and then they didn't get mentioned until just now, like, because I mean, you can't bring them back unless multiverse shit happens already. But uh,
Gotcha, but they're in Valhalla though. I'm guessing.
I would assume.
Yeah. Okay. So they
So
might come back.
next Marvel thing is, well, we got Miss Marvel to talk about next week. We do have the
Hmm.
season finale ending this Wednesday at the time of recording. That's in a couple days, and then after that is She-Hulk, and then after that, I believe, is Wakanda Forever, Black Panther. And then so we'll see how Phase 5 starts out. I'm pretty confident that it is the start of Phase 5. I don't know. Someone's got to fact check me on that one.
Let me see. I don't believe in any of the fan things because I see so many things.
I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. I would say Shang-Chi is probably my favorite movie out of all the Marvel movies that have come after Endgame. I think that's the strongest to me, and then followed by probably No Way Home, and then followed by Doctor Strange.
I will say Doctor Strange for me, Shang Chi, and then Spider Man probably. Yeah, Spider Man.
Pam, you got a top three?
Oh
No?
no, not really. I'd have to think about it.
Any one movie stood out to you?
Spider-Man, I guess.
Pizza time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll wrap it up here. Mike, do that thing that you have to do, that you're obligated to do. Do it.
Hey guys, make sure to go watch Morbius. Let's make $1 billion out of that movie. I mean, my bad. So guys, follow us on social media on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, even Twitch. Well, I don't even think our Twitch account is still up. But follow us on WRMA Cast. Write us an email on any questions that you have, and Ham will answer it at drunkcop.ateacher@gmail.com. I think I said a YouTube thing, right? We do have a YouTube. It's WRMA Cast. We upload our videos there as well. And you guys could write our comments and share it with friends, and grab a good drink, and yeah.
I think last time I checked, we're actually at 100 subscribers.
No, we're
We
not.
wait. I think when you hit 100, we are officially YouTubers.
I got to double check on that, but I got an email saying, congratulations on 100 subscribers. I'm like, wait, what channel? What? And I didn't look at it more after that.
I swear to God, we better not get those fucking those spam people who just follow everybody. Like,
Hey,
don't look at my stories, you will buzz.
numbers are numbers.
What?
All right. Any closing words, gentlemen?
Hey, just keep it sweet. Oh, another positive thing, the soundtrack was awesome.
Agreed.
Check
Wow,
out the soundtrack.
wasted your final words on that.